kan in la kan lau kha kang ti ti ka thutir na kha zai man kan nei ti lau kan thil ri zong akang pet zai man kha kan chua man lau kan taklo ten hi ka hin he kan ho jam na khisia.
Tens of thousands of people from Myanmar have fled across the border to neighboring India. They are seeking refuge from a brutal crackdown by their own military, who seized power in a coup last year.
Da ya ri ha da ne tat de sura tu di tui ma le da ri ko ngo da ne be tho cha le pi ro chama amyo ta ha kong thwa re so ro le mong tui ma le da ne be.
The military is trying to crush a people's uprising. It started as a mass protest movement, demanding democracy be restored. Now it's an armed struggle that's fighting to remove the military from power.
Lamzo in anga tilo ruanga khan shemtlai mithal minung
Chanoru karo edikaba mabo no. Nothing is free. Tuni la kombe freedom is not free.
Joseph is trying to build a new life in India. In Myanmar, he fled into the jungle when the military raided his village. But his 13-year-old son Pale Nag didn't make it.
January ni rukakan kan pha le pen hi kha kan ma le lung shokat lung dona khan arak phan leo kha ma pol kha chokhat kha ma sa kal mi khan lai chun hu khan kan pha le pen hi kha lung thon dak kit mi kha an dak lai si an huwa kal mi khan lai si mati kha asi.
Joseph's son was at the time delivering food to local resistance fighters. Members of the Chin Defence Forces or CDF. They are part of a network of civilian militia groups that are fighting to restore democracy.
Ara ti mi kha kan thei ti kan CDF pol ne khan ba li chang ka pha ro chu ma ka khan CDF pol sin khan asia sun ke ma he ka chang lai chu no aro khainam hu se sun pon tal ka khu piak lo ka ti pon kha ka pek an ma pol kha pe ke tangku khan ke ma kha ka ti chimlam pathum rong khan CDF pol ne khan aro kham hu chang awi chang e Facebook khan awe an tin di tangku khan aro tele we ka aphum mi velte kha kam hu.
Images of the bodies of the 5 other people arrested with him were also posted online. A warning, they are very distressing to see. They show clear signs of torture. Their hands are tied behind their backs and their bodies are covered with knife wounds. One of them is Mizali's husband.
Chama am belo be tu ya bal along be chi me so pi khama chi de che ma chama myo ta pa la de belo ma mi le so ro en yi de la kong lu chhe pe cha da ba no da ya ri ha da ne tat de so ra tu di tui ma le da ri ko ngo da ne be tho cha de pi ro chama myo ta ha kong thwa re so ro le mong tui ma le da ne be tu li pe cha da ba no pi ro myat si ha pe sa ne phong pe de pa sa ha le pe sa ne phong pe de.
They have 2 young children.
Okay, khanzaya bare balo le so tune paung da le bacha te bu tong ni le be shi ti de so na pi ro achi kaung yaw cha le so ro tu ro saka ri ne na le la bi khat le so tu pheo e ma the ma tu no ma ne chai me de aching ma so po pi khanzaya ra bo no pi ro.
Mizali and Joseph crossed this river. It's all that divides India and Myanmar, also known as Burma. Since the military coup in February last year, tens of thousands of people have made this same journey. That guy has been struggling with his bike because it's a deep river. This river Tuipui, it acts as a natural border between India and Burma, and this is one such crossings from where thousands of Burmese refugees have crossed from Burma to India and have taken refuge in different parts of Mizoram. Also now crossing the river are injured rebel fighters. They entered India seeking medical treatment. 17-year-old Hing Phew may never see again.
တိုက်ပွဲရှိတဲ့နေရာနဲ့ရှင်းဖို့သွားပါကျွန်တော်သွားအဖက်သွားတာနဲ့မိုင်းကိုကြည့်တော့ပေါက်ပြီးထင်တယ်ပေါက်ပြီးတလို့ရှိရပေါ့အဲ့ညာသွားမပေါက်တော့ကျွန်တော်ကြည့်ပြီးတော့မဖြစ်ပါဘူးလို့ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်ထားတော့မလို့သွားတော့မလို့တော့ကျွန်တော်ဘာတစ်ခုအရာတစ်ခုကထိမိရဖြစ်မှာပေါ့အဲ့ကျွန်တော်မျက်နှာနဲ့မျက်စိတော့ထိသွားပါ
He is now in this safe house in Mizoram, India, along with other injured young rebels. Hing Phew decided to take up arms after the military killed his uncle.
ကြားတဲ့ချိန်တော့အဲ့ဒါကြားချိန်တော့သူတို့နောက်ဖမ်းဖို့သွားတယ်နောက်ဖမ်းဖို့သွားတဲ့ချိန်မှာစစ်တပ်တွေကဖမ်းပြီးတာနဲ့ထိုးတက်သွားလို့ပြောတာအဲ့တော့ကိုမျိုးတွေတောင်တက်ပြီးထားတာပဲလေတော့ကျွန်တော်အမျိုးတွေတောင်တက်ပြီးထားဆိုတော့ဘာလို့ကျွန်တော်အဲ့ချိန်မှာကျွန်တော်ငိုလဲငိုဝမ်းနဲ့ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်အမျိုးရင်းမတက်ပြီးရပေါ့နော်ဒါနဲ့ထိုးတက်ပြီးရအဲ့ချိန်တော့ဝမ်းနဲ့တီးလဲအကောင်အဲ့လောက်ထိရုံမာလိမ့်မယ်လို့တော့မချင်ဘူးအဲ့လောက်ထိရုံမာတဲ့အကောင်ကိုပြန်ပြီးမတိုက်ရဲရတော့မဟုတ်ဘူးပေါ့တိုက်မှာပေါ့ဘာဖြစ်လို့လဲဆိုတော့အကောင်ရဲ့ကိုမျိုးတောင်တက်ပေးရပဲဘာလို့မတိုက်ပဲနဲ့နေမှာလဲဆိုတဲ့စိတ်ရှိရပြီးရင်
The Chin ethnic group have been fighting the Myanmar military for greater autonomy for decades. After the coup, they formed an alliance with other ethnic groups and a civilian militia network to fight their common enemy, the military. The Chin National Army have trained protesters and joined the fight for democracy. Their main camp is just a few meters from the Indian border. I'm right now in Furkon village in Mizoram in India. It is the last Indian village which borders with Myanmar, and behind me is the famous Camp Victoria, which hosts Chin National Army and Chin Defense Forces. And it is the major training ground for all the Chin rebel groups. And this river acts as a natural border between India and Myanmar. From this bridge, it is one of the crossing points from where thousands of Burmese refugees have crossed into India, and this also acts as a supply line. So the only way for them to get supplies is from India. So they cross in India, in India's Mizoram, from different crossing points, get their supplies and go back. While the resistance is largely funded by public donations, the military they are fighting is well resourced. Russia and China are supplying its weapons, and it's willing to use whatever force necessary to stay in power. Soldiers burned Sangsi's town of Thatlang to the ground in September last year.
Mahihi kan in akang mi acham nak sikau here ral kap nian kan khang piak ral kap ni kan nian kan khang piak la mitin achiam di la thudir nak kan nei ti la le ka hen kan hong zam mi kan in hi mo har sa tuk ti in kan sak mi kan ran ve mi se sa jong kan man lao kum li rong thang te long kan man a sak jong he kan di ri lao hi ka kan nak khem te hi wayel en an kan sak piak mi se wayel an kan sak piak la mi te hen kan chum kin nak heng bel jong kan nei lao le ang kan dam piak.
Before the village was burned, it was the scene of intense fighting between the civilian militia and the military. 23-year-old rebel fighter Ona King was badly injured in the clashes.
Kan hoi la kan ko rakap kan hoi la ka kadang kal kan ni ka kadang kan rak chuak ma chen kan kap la kan ka kan len chi kan bang ka le ma khan jingga na yi panga sela jingga na yi panga sela ma kan ka hoi pan ni kan abang ka joy la ka hoi pan ni ka joy ko nu kan มาคันได้รักขันทันชาวกมาวิทอเรียเข้มขันอังกภาคปีมาคันจันนิกุมนุกันกาลหินกรุขัดที่กันกาลหินอันบังกกทันก็เสมาตัวจะไงจินจับแล้วสิเตปอาชงว่าขันเทียร์ขันร้อนกาหินกากรุขัดเกียกนมาคันเทียร์ขันร้อนก็ควรที่จูกาเลยจะควรขัดลงเสร็จแล้วตั้งเลยหินควรนี่แต่กินขี้กาดังเจียวขันสิกาเลยเตียงได้ดีเลย
While a border divides them, the people of Mizoram, India and the Chin state in Myanmar share a same culture.
The refugees from Myanmar cross over to Mizoram because of the military takeover, because of the turmoil there. So they are forced to come. And since they are our ethnic brothers and sisters, we have to accept them and we provide them shelter and fooding and all the requirements, whatever we can.
But the central government 2,500 kilometers away in New Delhi has a different view. They don't officially recognize refugees from Myanmar.
The Indian government is also, I would say, in a very tricky position. I mean, that's the word they use in my presence. It's a tricky position because they have to see the geopolitics. They have to see their relationship with the other neighboring countries. And so they can't just change that.
Not officially accepting it, it also puts your government and your state at a position where you can't accept international organizations can't come here to help you until government of India says that we're accepting refugees.
Exactly. Very true. Very true. Well, we have been having talks with the UNHCR also. They are very sympathetic. They understand. They are extending humanitarian, considerations. But they also have to see the position, the official position of the government of India. So even though they are at present lending help, material help, they cannot extend financial help as such. And so is the case with the Mizoram government. Mizoram government is a part of India. It's a part of the Union of India. So they can't just ignore the stand taken by the Indian government. So they have to tag along with that.
The Indian government did not respond to the BBC's interview request. With the central government failing to recognize them as refugees, people here are having to rely on local goodwill and donations. Joseph hopes that one day he will be able to return home. He wants justice for his son.
กระถินข้าพักตุกสาคันกีมายองค่ะไม่ทันใจเย็นขี้กระตังเวลาที่มีคันลงปูดเด่นกงอามานี่คันอดูรูรองคันขี้กับพันนี่ก็รอหนึ่งชูตูกีมาเวกระทาโคชโลถ้าดียองค่ะกระดูอาริยาปินเวกับชิมชำนักนิพันธ์ชโลที่ยาสวยยองค่ะกระดูรีอตูเฮเวกันรำทัดเชซุนแต่ยาก็ช่วยกูไล่ตีมีลุงยองให้กันเอริโก
But this is likely to be a long fight. When rebel fighter Ona King is strong enough, he will return.
กระดำท่าเทกระดำเขาสิจนกระทันก็ละกันดำแล้วก็มีพุนทัดหนักรอกันจนกันใบเปาขึ้นเป็ดเขากระดูมากันดำชงเปากันจนกันตีโคตกจะกันตีริลาติมีค่ะรวมกันก็ลงเทียนริมคำเกมานี่กันดำมาทัดหนักถึงริมกันเกมาขัดทองแต่คันตำปีที่เหลือก็ตัวโคกที่รวมกันโจเยกบาจีพานาเนบีโอโจเอมาด้วยเล่เจ้าทรงนกมาลังบัวด้วยอเลนด้วยเมฆเนบีโจเยกบาจี表现真呀嘞，为了多马拉不对。
25-year-old Millie Sui is a singer and a pro-democracy activist. She now manages logistics for resistance in Camp Victoria. She also writes songs about what's happening in Myanmar.
ခုမိမိနိုင်ငံမှာဖြစ်ပျက်နေတဲ့အဖြစ်ပျက်တွေအားလုံးတချို့လူတွေကမိမိအသက်ပါဆုံးရှုံးလိုက်ရတယ်တချို့လူတွေကကိုယ်အိမ်မှာမနေဘဲနဲ့မိဘတွေနဲ့ခွဲခွာပြီးတော့တွေမှာနေကြတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲသူတို့ရဲ့အဖြစ်ပျက်လေးတွေကိုကိုကလည်းထပ်တူပဲခံစားရတယ်ပြီးတော့ကိုခံစားတဲ့အရာလေးကို ကိုဝါသနာပါတဲ့တချင်းလေးနဲ့တီဆိုထားတာဖြစ်တယ်ပြီးတော့ကိုဖန်တီးတဲ့ music video ကနေတဆင့်နိုင်ငံတော်ဝန်လုံးကလည်းမြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာဘာတွေဖြစ်လဲဆိုတာကိုသူတို့သိဖို့မြင်ဖို့ရန်အတွက်ကိုလည်းတက်နိုင်တဲ့ဖက်ကနေကူညီပေးတဲ့သဘောပေါ့နော်စိတ်ဓာတ်မကြတဲ့ဇွေမလျှော်တဲ့တနေ့မှာအောင်မြင်ရမယ်ဒီနေ့ကြရင်ဒီအရာတွေဟာဆုံးသက်ရမှာပဲ
As the world looks away and the conflict intensifies in Myanmar, more people will be forced into exile across this border. They are relying on the support of the local community. With India officially refusing to recognize them, their life here will be fraught with uncertainty.